Hey Edson, it's Mayor Zahara with another Town of Edson COVID-19 update. Unfortunately, in the last 24 hours, we've seen the active case count here in the Edson region increase up to 33 active cases. First and foremost, our thoughts are with all those that are dealing with this right now. Of course, we also have dozens upon dozens of residents now under self-isolation because they've been in close contact. So just really asking everyone to come together and check in on your friends and neighbors. If you know that they're a close contact, maybe self-isolating or maybe they're sick, make sure that they're doing okay and see if there's any support that we can provide them. Of course, they can't go out to get groceries and things of that nature. We certainly hope that everybody gets a speedy recovery. This is also impacting some of our businesses in town that have now less employees. So certainly concerning, but I know that we'll get through this. We're a strong and resilient community, and we may see those numbers continually increase as more contact tracing and testing is underway. Moving ahead of the 30 case count in our community is quite significant because we have a number of thresholds in place, and one of those thresholds is 30 or more active cases moving into a high-risk category. So we are now in that high-risk category. So that means there's going to be some changes in our community. The Emergency Coordination Center met to discuss this, as well as the Emergency Management Advisory Committee of Council. And so what this means is, effective immediately, the Town of Edson Civic Center and the Public Works Building is going to be closed to the public. This is to ensure the safety of our community and our staff. Of course, we can't afford having any of our staff getting sick if they are in critical operations, such as utility operators, things of that nature. So the Civic Center and the Public Works Building is going to be closed. There was a discussion about Repsol Place. According to the bylaw, it could be closed if we do reach that 30-person threshold of active cases. However, the decision has been made to keep Repsol Place open at this time. As we've done earlier in the year with parks and playgrounds, when everybody else was shutting theirs down, we kept ours open because we really believe that physical and mental health is really, really important and must be considered. So we are going to keep Repsol Place open for family rentals, household rentals. We announced this last week. We're doing this for 45 minutes. For $25, you can rent ice time or go swimming in the pool. So that will continue for the time being. Lane swim is canceled, however, and the private group lessons are canceled. However, the facility will remain open for those household rentals. You can contact Repsol Place for further information on that. Looking at the provincial numbers right now, we had some good and bad news from the provincial government. 1,685 new active cases identified in the last 24 hours, bringing the provincial total of active cases to 17,144. That is the most in Canada. We have 504 now in the hospital, 97 of those in the ICU. The positivity rate on testing is now at 9.2%. We also heard today that there have been 10 additional deaths due to COVID-19, bringing that total to 561. So those numbers are quite concerning. Premier Kenney spoke today that 16 hospitals in the province are running out of capacity and are really, really struggling at this time. Of course, those workers are really at their wits' end as well. Really stressful time. There are reports coming out that the provincial government has asked for assistance from the Canadian Red Cross and the federal government, but the provincial government has not confirmed that as far as I'm aware as of yet, but certainly concerning. The good news, though, some really great news today. They announced the Deputy Minister of Municipal Affairs as the person who is going to be leading the distribution of vaccines in the provincial for the provincial government and coordinating with Alberta Health Services. He's a former general, really, really smart guy who is going to be taking the charge of this in the province. They also announced that they have a number of facilities ready to accept doses for storage and are getting distribution plans out. As early as January 4th, vaccines could be rolling out here in the province of Alberta. First of all, starting with long-term care facilities. Those that are at the highest risk are nurses and our doctors. They will get first priority, as they should, and then it'll be rolling into a second and a third phase throughout 2021. It's going to take some time to get everybody vaccinated. Premier Kenney spoke about how vaccinations are not going to be mandatory, but certainly everybody's encouraged to get vaccinated. My family will be getting vaccinated. I'll be getting vaccinated when it's appropriate to do so. So there is light at the end of the tunnel. I am certainly looking forward to 2021. 2020 can go bye-bye as quickly as possible, and hopefully we'll see those vaccinations rolling out. They are just waiting for confirmation from the federal government on when those vaccinations are going to be arriving in the provinces, and certainly good news to see that getting rolled out. But once again, we just got to be extra vigilant and extra safe, especially here in Edson right now with the increased case count. Please continue wearing your masks. Don't go out if you're sick. Self-isolate if you are required to, as well as get tested, because it's really important that we have that contact tracing in place, and we'll continue to monitor the situation and have further updates for you as required. Edson, stay safe, take care, be kind, and be well.